We're Dom and Damien, and just a few months ago we bought an abandoned chateau in France, and this week we're spending more time showing you the progress inside the house. We found the perfect tree for the alley, and we visit the second biggest chateau in France. What is in the car is probably worth more than the car itself, so...
This picture, our white chateau in the background there, that would look so good.
Well, you can still see my mask, and I cannot wear glasses all the time because I can't see what I'm sending. Anyway, that's what I look. I look like some kind of weird superhero that's specialized in saving, I guess, mud and sanding. But we're here, as you can see behind me, in the kitchen, and we're preparing the final work for the kitchen to be ready to receive and to be built up, because now all the water's been passed, all the gas is not done, that's the last thing, but everything else is ready. We have all the electricity now wired, ready to go. And yes, this is something we started doing a while ago, but here we are. So I'm just going to show you a little bit around kind of where we're at and what we're working on in the kitchen, because I don't know if it's interesting to you. It is interesting to me, and it's kind of nice to see the questions that we're having. So I'm just going to turn the camera. This is a wall that will be mainly for the cooking. So the kind of the thinking behind our kitchen is that one half is the cooking, and one half is the cleaning. So you'll have dishwashers, the cleaning station, kind of dish station, and then this is the cooking station, and then a giant island in the middle. If you disapprove of this plan, just yell it out loud at your home. We don't necessarily need to know. But here is what we've been working on. So what I had done was wired all the electricity so that I can attach here the fridge that's going here. There's going to be another fridge there, and there's one connector here for light that will be under kind of the upper shelf, so it's creating a nice light over. So this was all done and well done by me, yay, but it was only going here. And one thing that my electrician asked is, how do you get the light on the other side? Because here, smack in the middle, will be the oven and the stove. So he's like, it's not a continuity of cases that you can connect to. So yes, you can see my drywall is all closed up, and I now need to pass wire. So we're kind of measuring. So what you can see here is the line is the height of where the upper storage will be. So we'll sneak behind it, and we'll add that connection. So everything will be done. We double check to make sure that all is done. One last addition, obviously, was here. So what we did is we wired. So I went to connect myself starting here and pass through two lights. We sort of mentioned it, but boop here. So the door will have two lights outside. So that's kind of like the latest addition. And one thing that is not common in Europe, but quite common in kitchens in North America, is there will be water faucet above the stove. And yes, we looked at all the height and all of that to be fine with the electricity, but this is meant to allow you to fill your pots and pans without the need to turn around and go to the sink. And basically what we want to do here is just make it a little bit more convenient for the people working in the kitchen, so they don't have to do all of that. So that's just one little shortcut that we're taking. The rest that you're seeing here is I wired here. We're gonna have a couple of sockets, obviously a little bit all around. So what you have to do here is you give alimentation. So that's the power coming in. Then I'm gonna attach myself here and connect. So the same source of power will feed this double one and will feed this one, poop, all the way there. The rule here in a kitchen in Europe, in France, is you cannot have more than 6 sockets on the same circuit in a kitchen, and up to 8 in the rest of the house. So we had to have multiple connections of wire. And what you're seeing here, lastly, is all the stuff that I'm bringing to the main island. The water that I'm passing, because I have 2 public bathrooms on the other side of this wall. So we repassed some water pipes here. And then I have a few deep connections, individual connections. So this is my oven. It goes from here directly all the way under the house to the electrical board. And then, well, we're obviously using all of this for, you see, the dishwashers are here all ready to go. So that's kind of like a little bit where we're at with the kitchen. Yeah, it's messy. But that's sort of where we're at. I had made a mistake here. So let me walk you through kind of the electrical thinking. So what we'll have in this kitchen is, once again, we constantly need to balance out the kind of like not industrial, but like broader kitchen versus homey. So we're gonna have 2 lights above the island that makes it feel more homey, that you can use. And then we're gonna have a lot of pot lights that you can use, turn on, and to make the kitchen a lot brighter in case of events. So what I did is I passed electricity that you can see. Let me just show you. Boop, it's here, all the way here to feed the 2 lights. That's a job well done. Then what I did is I opened up the ceiling to pass all the electricals for all the spotlights. This is brand new. It didn't exist back then. So that's what we did. What I forgot is to bring power to this whole circuit that, if you look, is connected to one another. So you see these 2 will connect, boop, and then feed each other all the way here, where these 2, this one, that one, boop, will be tied here. So anyway, I forgot to bring power. So now what I have to do is dig another kind of trench in the ceiling and connect it here to the interrupter will be right here. So that's a bit of a mistake, but we still have room. We still can do it. We haven't put the last piece of wall, thank God, so it's not a nightmare. So that's sort of where we're at with the kitchen today. And let me show you, because I am done with the first bedroom. I'll show you around and show you where we're at with this. Okay, looks like I'm out of a party in the 60s here. So I'm in the ever so bright first bedroom. This is by far my favorite room in the house because of the view, and I've showed this to you guys, but look at you're gonna wake up. I'm putting the phone is where the bed head is. That's your view. Soon to be available on Airbnb. So I'm done here. What we had to do in this room is a lot of sanding, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I built a wall here made out of concrete blocks so that I had to mud all over and make it all smooth. And what I have to do, and let me tell you, I know every inch of my walls, because for the past couple of days, all I do is I make sure that everything is smooth. But what we are doing here in terms of design, it's not great of a view. All right, let's try this. So these 2 full walls will be a beautiful wallpaper that Damien has already picked. And then all I have to do is paint this one and that one. And then the room's done, and the floor's going. It's actually don't know what it's called, but it's not super hard to put. So this is gonna be a room that is almost done by the end of the week. You heard me. All the electricity is passed. Fun fact, let me show you. So in France, you have to pass internet plugs to your bedrooms. And you need 2 in your living room and at least 1 in each bedroom. I don't know about you guys. I haven't used a plug in a bedroom for the internet since maybe 2003, where I was in a hotel room in need of a good connection. Everyone's on Wi-Fi, but it's still legally the ask. So we have a plug obviously passed on each side of the bed. that's quite complicated. This is concrete or brick. You can't really pass electricity. So what we did is we cheated. And I dug a trench here that goes from the board, the electrical board's just on the other side, and that is feeding everything. So this is good to go. All we need to do is close it up, close the floor, and we're done. Another power socket here. And that's the one I showed you, boop, 2 weeks ago. AC is gonna go here, but it's gonna be closed when it's not that warm. And a nice radiator here. We are using electric heating for this house. It is not worth, in our opinion, for now, to put a central heating system for the very simple reason that we don't think this will be that in demand in the winter versus in the summer. So we had kind of to make decisions for cost. So everything is done here. You can see the insulation. So that's the final kind of impact of the insulation. So that's what we added to each wall to fully insulate this house, because before the wall was obviously closing here. The glass is all done and added. All we need to do is finally clean it up, and that's done. And it's painted from the inside, it's painted from the outside. The last little thing I need to do here is, these are old gals, and yes, we fixed them up. And this is gonna change, obviously. You think Damon would let me put this on a window? Never. So what we did is we fully cleaned out the mechanism to close it. This principle will remain the same. We're just changing the handle to lock it. But let me show you a little bit. I don't know if we can see. Kind of like whoop here, not that much. I can see the outside right here. Ha! As a Canadian, I notice all these things because winter is always coming. So I'm gonna make sure that I add the insulation to the inside of each window. It's a foam that once you close it, closes the gap to make sure that no air comes in the winter. So that's kind of like the last bit, but the truth is I can do that when I moved in. What I cannot do is move in right now. So that's sort of the priority of where we're at with the house. And well, I don't know if we showed this to you guys. So we decided to build an entrance closet, a laundry room, instead of putting the laundry machine here. This was quite controversial when we announced that the laundry machine was going to be here or here. This is a bathroom, don't worry. So we decided to instead, the electrical board will be here, hidden, one door closed. Second door will have the washing machine and then just a regular closet. So this will just allow me to maximize the storage in the entrance, and it's still huge, the entrance, so it didn't take so much room for that. And that's about it, guys, where we're at with the house. So thank you for taking the tour.
This is my first time putting concrete. I feel like I'm doing an okay job, right? Maybe pros will tell me no. This is not good, but it looks kind of fine for me. So we are at our friend's house and they have beautiful maple trees lined in an avenue, just like what we were thinking of doing at our chateau. And so we're gonna check and measure a little bit the dimension of each tree. These ones are old. They've been planted 15 years ago, so it's not very comparable, and they were bought a little older also than the ones we will have, but it still gives us a good visual idea of what we will end up with, hopefully. And yeah, it's looking really good. The color is amazing. I can just picture our white chateau in the background there. That would look so good. So let's check it out. So right now they're gonna measure the circumference of each of these trees, because the ones we were quoted were around 16 to 18 centimeters in diameter. So it's gonna give us a good idea of what these guys are like. What we got quoted was 16 to 18.
Yes, but what I need to know was this the wraparound or it was just
No, it's the circumference.
circumference. Okay, so this is double.
Yeah. So this is what, 30
Yeah.
centimeters?
Mind if I- No, yeah, this is diameter, but circumference. Here, this is a 34.5 centimeters.
And we were quoted 18 to 20 centimeters.
That's maybe what those are down there.
No, you guys are bigger than that. Cause look,
Down there?
Yeah,
We'll go.
think
We'll
so.
go. We'll go
Okay,
check.
we'll go down.
we'll go, but you I don't think you guys have a tree this big.
Yeah, it's probably bigger.
Bigger than mine.
Can we measure between the trees just to know like what the
Yeah.
distance is?
Off you go, John.
I'd be surprised if we make it.
Come on.
Okay, so wait, stay there.
Yeah.
That's 8 meters.
8 meters. Okay. We were thinking doing 7 between each trees.
So we're at basically
9, 10.
9.8. So let's say middle of the tree to middle of the tree, we're at 10.
Okay, and we were thinking doing 7, which would be right about where I am.
7 would be.
It may be a little.
That may be too close. Let's go back to see the
Look
ones
at the
that are a
biggies.
little more
Yeah, yeah,
mature.
yeah.
Okay, let's go check the big ones. Oh, look at this color.
No, but also Damien's calculations were based on a tree that was only going upwards. Knowing that this tree, yes, doesn't have this huge canopy, but it doesn't simply go up.
No, it comes out too.
So I think we could extend it and then have less trees to buy.
Okay, we have to check which ones, like the ones over there, right?
Let's look between the 3 biggest there.
Yeah. So now they're measuring between these larger trees what the distance is, because this seems like a good distance.
I'm not. It's 800.
Yeah, so they're
Here.
8 meters apart.
And
Okay.
Yeah, 8 meters apart.
I feel 8 meters makes sense.
I think it's perfect because
Yeah.
they're gonna
8 meters is perfect because they don't touch, but they're quite close. So that's pretty,
Yeah,
that seems perfect.
So if you put them too close, you just waive the fact that they could have grown more.
Yeah, and they'll stop.
Well, this is what it's all about. Honestly, that's the make-believe. That's the Canadian symbol. That's our flag. I think it's a beautiful tree. It changes color. Look at the reds. Like, oh. And that's fall to us Canadian. Fall looks like that. So I think we found our tree. We just need to make sure that our tree can survive the same conditions as these guys because they're doing good. We're not too far from this place, but the soil may be different, so we're just gonna have to do a little bit of soil testing, pH level, and to see what's below the ground, and then I'm keeping this one. Hello everyone, it's a nice and sunny today, but we're expecting quite a bit of rain in the next couple of days and a lot of wind. One thing that we maybe haven't shared that much is that we were missing a door on the house. So basically what we did is well, you've seen it in maybe other videos, we knocked down a wall to open up and give another opening to the house. But we don't have that door. We didn't have the door for that opening just yet, which means that there's been a lot of wind going through the house. it doesn't make it very comfortable in the rain and in windy conditions. So today what we're going to do is we are going to move that door to the, we're going to move the door that is in the kitchen to the living room, and we bought a new door for the kitchen that we're going to get in a few days. So we're also going to have to close the kitchen up with a temporary wall just for security and also for the wind, because once again we are fighting right now the weather. So we're lucky today. We have a little bit of help from some of the volunteers from the town around. I'm going to use all their arms to help us move some of that stuff around, and hopefully it doesn't break, because this is an old door that hasn't moved in 40 years. So hopefully it stays intact and we can put it back in its new spot.
Ouais. C'est tout.
Oh, un peu de Barcelone, c'est bon.
Ah ouais.
C'est définitif, ça,
Il est passé dans le bain ou quoi?
Okay, so wait, I'm gonna try to show you from a little further away. I'm on the side of the house, so this will be the interior backyard of the house, and the goal is that the view that you have when you're in your backyard staying at the chateau is right here. So not bad as a view from your Airbnb, right? Well, forget the beds and all of that. Like, it's gonna be really nice. But so this is the door. It remained intact. However, the doors themselves, one of them broke while we were moving it. So we had to do a little bit of repair. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you kind of like the magical behind the curtain aspect. Once it's sanded and painted, you'll never be able to tell, but that's what it looks like right now. So you see, we had to use a little bit of resin and wood putty to fill all the gaps. And what happened is, when we were moving, this door fell and this part detached. So we use resin to completely repair it, and it's worked really well. So all we have to do now is sand it, repaint it, because we did a first first layer, and it should be brand new. The double glass panels are in. Same thing with the upstairs one. And then we're done. And I'm going to show you right now what it looks like in the kitchen, because there was a giant hole in the kitchen. So there was a door here until just a few hours ago. It's closed now. We're going to get the new door added in and locked in place. And then it's going to fully seal the exterior. So that's been sort of the saga of the door. Moving all of it was quite stressful, but it's done, and now we get to enjoy no more wind in the house, which is quite nice. Damien goes shopping for sexy things like furnitures and art. And my shopping is at an electrical store. I'm about to fill this car. I'm going to show you. I need my hand, so I can't hold the camera. But I'm about to fill the car with all the electrical material to build my electrical board, to wire, not wire, that's all done, but to wire between the house and the chateau, and to be up to norms, and to be able to connect it and pass the control. So bear with me while I fill the car. I'm going to show you what it looks like when we're done. This is by far one of the most expensive things to spend money on. So we have all the materials coming in right now. Even if I try to do as much myself, it is pretty pricey to assemble all of that. You just have to multiply, if you think about it, like a plug is 10 euros. Well, you multiply this by 47 and things build up pretty quickly. And for those who know the price of plugs by heart, I don't know. I just don't remember. Everything's expensive. So I'm here. I've got everything here. So for the my ground, I've got the air. This is to make sure that there's air filters in the bathrooms and the kitchen, and the machine to do that. It's called VMC. And then I've got all my electricals, my sockets, the covered up, the internet plugs, which is mandatory even if no one uses Ethernet ports anymore. All wrapped up. This is my most expensive purchase since I moved to France. What is in the car is probably worth more than the car itself. So there it is. Well, look what's behind me. Okay, so I've shared that I'm going through my first electrical installation experience while doing this, and it's a great tryout and preparation for the chateau, but this is making it feel real, like wiring and things. It's been such a mess down there for so long this summer that I forgot that at some point it was not going to be like that. So where we're at with this is we've now built where all the wires are going to go up and down. The board is ready to be installed. There's just a few things that we need to validate before the inspection. So we are, there's triphase and monophase, different ways to get electricity. And the way that we can get a lot more electricity than a normal house. But I just need to make sure that all my electrical board is made for that. And I have one question that I'm waiting on an answer for before I can install this. But look at that. So this is quite exciting that we're getting there. And as soon as the electrical board is done, I'm going to get the inspection done so we can plug in the whole house. Yes, the whole house. And just start heating it, to be honest. That's what I want. So that's where we're at. View on the chateau. Electrical's moving forward. Door's been moved. House is sealed. We're making progress. We are all cleaned up now and get to do a social outing, which
we don't do that so much.
we haven't had a chance to do.
I mean, we've met some people, we just haven't gone places so much.
Yeah, so this is places, this is music, this is a little bit of a party. So I think we're both excited. Even me.
Even you. And it's like a techno electronic music event, but it's in the biggest chateau in France. Well, outside.
How bad can it be? So we will head there now and show you guys a little bit, because it is one of the most beautiful chateaux in France. The setting is gorgeous, and we just have a little quick drive to get there, and then we'll show you that. So stand by, and we'll see you at the chateau.
We just arrived, and it's already so crazy. The chateau is insane, and this concert is gonna be nuts. So excited for it.
Thank you so much for being here with us. If you like what we do, please click the like and subscribe button. It helps us more than you can imagine. And if you'd like to see even more content, we post daily on Patreon for exclusive updates from Chateau Poseidon.